So yesterday there was a question like difference between these two prompts. Yesterday we checked this, right? After installation, we can access this Anaconda PowerShell prompt rather than Anaconda prompt. So why? The main question is what is the difference and which one we have to use. Okay, so I have added one more slide here. Okay, so first thing, Anaconda prompt, that is Miniconda 3, because we have installed that Miniconda 3, right? Mini version. So this is a standard terminal which is specifically configured for both Anaconda and Miniconda. And here you can activate the environment by using Conda, because this is corely these two, actually Anaconda prompt and Anaconda PowerShell prompt, these two are different commands which basically used by command line interface, and that is provided by Miniconda distribution. Means primarily for using this all things for managing environment. Also if you want to run Python code, which we are going to learn this, so for that purpose this prompt we are going to use. So here the style is like we can use through command line interface, the Windows command prompt, and then these are the commands where in PowerShell. So basically PowerShell is configured for both Anaconda and Miniconda, but it runs on PowerShell. Means here if you can see, we are opening this PowerShell, and through PowerShell we are going to write the commands. Okay, like here as we have installed on Windows, there are three operating system we use, Windows, then Apple, and Linux. So as we have installed through Windows, so we are going to use this Windows PowerShell. Okay, so this supports more advanced scripting, also manipulation, and many features are there with help of this PowerShell. So here you can see, unlike the command prompt, PowerShell also uh, require basically syntax highlighting, and many advanced features are there as compared to the simple PowerShell. Simple prompt. So here you can observe this shell type is CMD here in Anaconda prompt, where in PowerShell there is a, through PowerShell we are going to interact with the system. Interface is a command line interface, means we have to write command, and there some scripting capabilities, code completion, auto detection, drop down menus will be there. So these all options are available in Power Prompt, which is not available in Anaconda prompt. Okay, then syntax requirement. So standard Windows commands are there, but in PowerShell there are some shell specific syntax, like in shell we can advanced scripting we can do. So which one you are going to use, or which we have to like opt. So here if you are using new command line interface like Anaconda prompt, which is very easy, and simply we can say it is very straightforward. But when you're comfortable with PowerShell and need more advanced functionalities in the sense, suppose you are looking for scripting, you are looking for accessing some system object, then you can move to the Anaconda PowerShell prompt. So we, this is better because there is a code completion and highlighting option, so it is easy to write. Okay, so that's why we are using PowerShell. So okay, so this part is done. Now let's move toward actual how we are going to use this. So here we have created yesterday Conda. We learn what exactly Conda, what is Conda manager, what is the difference between Miniconda and Anaconda, right? So now let's move towards the actual scripting. Like we'll explore some environment. So for that there are two methods. Like suppose I want to install Jupyter, I want to install IPython, or there is a Spider as well. There are many options, even virtual environment also we can create. So for that there are two commands, one is pip and second is Conda. Okay, so one by one we will explore. Pip is what and Conda is what. So first thing, pip means this is for, actually the long form of pip is Python package index. Okay, if you want to note down you can. So this is a Python package installer, and through that we can install different packages. So when we want to work with core Python packages, that time we can prefer this pip. So like suppose we are managing some libraries, we want to work with some dependency packages from that libraries, or any Python project if you are working, then we can use this pip command. This is very lightweight, and this also comes with pre-installed libraries, so don't worry about that. Some libraries are already installed. Like suppose here, if we want to install environment, I'm not talking about libraries right now. Let's explore first environment, like how we can use environment. So the one environment very the one basic, that is pip install space. Every time you have to write this and provide space, all in small case. The name of environment is ipython. Simply you need to press enter. Okay, but in my system it's already installed, so you can execute this command. Once it is installed, then to open that environment, you just need to write ipython like this, execute. So now you are inside ipython. So how to check this in green color? If you can see here in green color, this is one in means here you can write input. Suppose let's take a very simple calculation, just as an input for 2 plus 3 arithmetic mathematical equation. We are getting the answer. Now here, as we are working in um, PowerShell, right? So you can see here, when I type PR, you'll get this auto completion. This is not happens in the simple prompt. Okay, so here suppose I want to write print and some thing like some any addition, subtraction, or just want to execute any string like this. String is always in quotes. So yeah, we can execute like this. Try some commands, or simply if you want to check or the version, or what else we can check here. Let's check. Yeah, in which directory we are currently working, or let me give some few commands. Suppose we want to know current working directory. So if you are working with Linux, then there's a command print working directory, right? PWD. But this will not work here. So as we are accessing this through Windows, right? So we need to write here exclamation, then CD. Okay. So this is a current working directory, that is C drive admin. Even if you want to check Python version, then exclamation, this is auto detection or code completion. You can see exclamation Python space hyphen hyphen version. This command you can see, you can execute to check current installed version, Python version. And if you're not aware about any command, like if as you are new to these all things and you want to explore like what exactly, as let me start some command here. Suppose here I'm writing ab. So what is ab? You're not aware like this command, what exactly function of this ab command, right? So what we can do, we can start with this ab or any command if you want to learn, then provide a question mark. Okay. So here you'll get what exactly EB, how to write syntax for EB. So it returns the absolute value of the argument. Argument means whatever we are writing inside the bracket. Okay. So this is the thing. Suppose let's take example. Here I wrote something ABS. Yeah. So this is the some calculation I'm doing. So like this we are getting the answer. So out means output, in means input. Now this is sixth output, sixth input. Even you can work with, suppose there is one more command. These are all built-in commands. We have not written any code for this. They are already there, like pre-built tools. Okay, like round. What exactly round? Work of round. So here you'll get this returns the value has the same type in the number and some negative. Okay, let's write some example. Round for, suppose I want to make a round of this number and then execute. So it is 3. So it round the decimal number into whole number. Clear? You can try like this command, but now if you don't want this ipython environment, you want to switch any other environment, so that time you just need to press Control and D from your keyboard. Okay, before existing it will ask, do you really want to exit, yes or no, proceed with any one option. This is by using pip, and there is one more option I told, that is conda. Same command you can write conda install ipython. So So these two commands you can use. Pip is corely for Python, and conda is for, actually conda stands for continuous data. This is actually the broader package manager, we can say. And it also manage Python, it also manage non-Python dependencies. Non-Python means, suppose somebody wants to work in R libraries, okay, R libraries or any compiler, so yeah, they can prefer this conda. Not corely, we are working with Python. So this is the main thing. So we can with help of conda we can handle complex dependencies in the sense, suppose we are working with, as a data scientist, if you are working with any scientific computing, or just want to install some dependency packages for that main package, so here you can use this conda. Okay. And also this manage version.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am. So first we've installed IPython using pip functions, right? So
Hmm.
now, do you want us to install IPython using conda install,
No, no,
or
no,
is it
not
enough?
necessary, not necessary. I'm just
Okay,
telling what all different way you can install different tools in this environment. Okay.
okay,
But
ma'am.
pip is corely for Python related task, and conda is for, like as I told, for data science or advanced libraries. So if any library like R is not related to Python, right? So that time you can prefer conda, because through conda you can install R, you can install any kind, because this is platform in, like language independent. Here you can work with other languages as well through conda, not necessary only Python is this. Okay. So when you use pip, so there is only for Python, scope is only for Python, or that files are saved with, suppose you are saving any file, so that is with pypl, means Python packages. But when you install anything other than Python with conda, then it supports Python, it supports non-Python dependencies. Okay, that is the thing. Okay. And for Python related task, if we are doing, then speed is fast with pip as compared to conda. Okay. Why it is slower? Because there are robust dependency resolution. That's why it is slower in conda. But yeah, when we need some, like for downstream analysis, suppose we are working with trimming of the data, then through conda we can install that packages, Trimomatic or many other packages like this. Okay. So for simple Python project, prefer pip, and any scientific, any complex project, any downstream analysis project like NumPy, SkyPy, TensorFlow, many advanced libraries, then just go with Conda. This is the thing. Okay. So now, right now, no need of use Conda. This is one environment. IPython I told. There is one more environment. Let me tell you. That is Spider. So type command pip install. This is also Python environment. It those who know R environment, R Studio, they might aware about the R Studio interface. So this is similar to R environment. Okay, Spider pip install Spider. You just type this command, as I have already installed. So I'll directly open this Spider. Let me open. So this will open as a new window. It will navigate to new window. You can see here Spider, the version 5 in my system. It is downloaded previously. You can download the one, the same interface. This is for script writing, this is for console for interpretation, this is for input output visualization. So here, suppose the same, I already executed this 2 plus 3, you'll get the input is, okay, let me write it here first. Okay, like this. So in this new window you'll get the output. So this is all about Spider. This is not much handy, but yeah, the same thing is here, like as like R Studio files, you can edit file, you can search. Execution is by run command, or directly you can use this arrow for execution. Like you can place cursor here and then execute. So it is execution means running that file. Then this is all about Spider. There's most widely used environment, that is Jupyter. So for that, again type command pip install Jupyter, Jupyter, install Jupyter. This will also open in new window. After installation, you need to open this as like Jupyter notebook. Not only Jupyter, you need to write Jupyter space notebook, all in small keys. Open
Yeah,
this.
to install Jupyter, do we have to type pip install Jupyter notebook, right?
No, pip install Jupyter is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. If you need commands in chat box, I'll provide. Means, okay, for this I'll give pip install Jupyter. Let me check.
Ma'am, good evening.
Yes.
This is Akanksha. I actually joined this course today. I
Okay.
missed yesterday's class. I'm not able to comprehend what is going on. I actually joined at 4 o'clock today, so I have no idea. I'm a newbie. I'm
Okay.
completely
Okay. Okay.
new to bioinformatics. I'm from
Okay.
biochemistry background. So would you
Okay.
mind briefly explaining like what happened in yesterday's class?
Yeah, actually, yesterday we discussed about why Python is means this programming language or any programming language, why it is important for biological application, and just I explained the environment, how to download Anaconda and Miniconda, so that all things in detail you can refer the video. I think it is uploaded on LMS and YouTube as well. So I'll give you link or I'll ask HR to provide you link. Anyways, this is a basic part, but we are going to switch next 2 minutes and we will switch in Google Colab. That is a cloud based environment. So no, don't worry about that. This is just for understanding what all environments are available, how to use that all environments. But this is for means if you want to explore many environments, then otherwise anyways we are going to switch to the Google Colab. This is why, because most of you are not from programming background or not from computational background, so it is easy to handle that cloud, to share files and to write codes. No need to use command line interface. Command line interface means what? Here you have to write everything. Okay, like each and everything you have to write and then execute. But in graphical user interface, here this Jupyter also graphical user interface you'll give. So there you just need to click and execute. No need to write and code is not required basically. But code you have to write, but for execution, for fetching files, for importing, exporting, that all things, it is very clear interface. Okay, so I'll suggest you for now just go with the flow, and then later I'll give you the links, so please refer that all links. And if you have any doubt in that, then definitely we will connect other than session time and I'll solve your doubts.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So this is a Jupyter notebook. This is again one environment. Okay. So Jupyter notebook is like notebook style interactive computation where we can see inline visualization. Okay. So let me open this. When we press enter, it will open in a new window. Okay. Like this, it is switching. Here you can see. Okay. Like this. So when you want to open this, so here there is an option new. Just click on new Python 3. It will open as a notebook, new notebook, like this. So it is very interactive. Uh, like here you can open new file, you can edit, visualize, execute, and kernel. Kernel is again technical part like in operating system. So I'm not going in detail with these all things. So here the same command I'm writing. This cell is for writing command. Okay, and when we execute, either you can use this button run the cell, or you can use shortcut control plus enter. Anything is okay. Like here we are getting the output. Okay, there is one symbol, plus sign above, plus sign below. So if you want to insert new cell above, then you can use this, or below. Also, if you don't want this cell or anymore, it is not required, just delete this cell. You can save this, you can download this file with extension py or ipynb. So these are the same interface we are going to explore in Google Colab. So this is all about Jupyter. Just open your Jupyter notebook, try to write some code. So when you create new notebook, just you can use plus sign, as here we checked new, open, then select Python 3 or whatever kernel in your system it is installed, you just refer that. Here for my system it is showing Python 3, which is a current kernel. So I'm clicking on this and it will open. So then when it's open, you can write the code, and this is a notebook cell where you can type code. Okay, and just use shift enter to run that code. Current cell, it will execute the current cell. Right now we don't have, just write print. Suppose I'm writing here hello, and then execute. So you can use this tab as well. There are shortcuts as well, like if you press B, so that also insert new cell below. Okay, like this. Or you can use shortcuts. So these shortcuts are nothing but, this is a graphical user interface. Graphically you can just check and click option is there, then you no need to write any command. For this command you have to write inside this code cell. This is code cell. There are markdown cells where you want to add text. If you want to, just suppose this is a code, but as you are new to this all things, you want to write some note. Okay, so that all things also you can write here. Here also you can write duplicate line, like this. If you want to write what we can say, note, or just script, text, document, so that you can create with a markdown option. That is a drop down menu, and that you can see. Okay, then what else we can explore here? Saving extension with IPYNB. Here you can see save all, same notebook. If you want to save with different name or different place, then these all options, and then log out. Okay, so this is for confirmation. And this. Now let's open new tab, new browser link, and here you can type Google Colab. No need to install like pip or conda, it is not required. Just type Google Colab. Okay, now the account which I have logged in, with this account it will open. So in that link, in that drive, all the files or all the scripts are going to save. So just come down here, scroll down and click on this Google Colab link. So this page will open. Are you on the same page? This is a short collaboratory, actually means it is a cloud based platform which is provided by Google, and that allows you to run Python. Also Jupyter notebook environment can be run through this. So there are several reasons like why Google Colab is important or feasible basically. So you can see here there are two options. You can read this. Colab is hosted Jupyter Notebook service and require no setup to use, and provide free access to computing resources. So what all computing resources they are providing? So here it is GPU. GPU stands for Google Colab. This is a graphic processing unit provided by Google Colab. And this TPU is again tensor processing unit. So these two uh, basically very important or powerful hardware accelerators. Means when we want to run any deep learning model or any computationally intensive task which required this GPU and TPU. Okay, but and main thing, it is a cloud based environment. Cloud based means no need to worry about installation, no need to worry about maintenance or dependencies for your local system, local machine. Because most of the libraries, like suppose we are general you, we are just going to use generally, right, not in depth for data science application and anything. So most of the libraries, most of the packages are pre-configured, pre-installed. So there is no need to use pip install numpy, pip install any package, suppose matplotlib, if you are working with visualization. These all things are not necessary, they are already installed. But yeah, if we are, as we are a bioinformatic people, so we need some libraries which are specifically configured for biological application, like bioconductor or biopython, not bioconductor. So these libraries we need to install through pip command. because they are not pre-installed. They are specific libraries for specific area, specific discipline, right? So that we need to install. But other than this, most of the libraries are pre-installed, like Pandas, TensorFlow, PyTorch. These all are pre-installed, which are mostly required for manipulation, data analysis, deep learning. So these all things are already there. Clear? Even this, basically, this Google Colab supports for different types of file, like if you're working with HTML file, PDF file, even Jupyter notebook file, like IPYNB extension files. So there is a broader audience and we can share work. So for that, I'll show how to share and how to create code. Just click on this new notebook. It will also open as a notebook like a Jupyter interface, right? Like this. The account which you have logged in, that account you can see here. This is the account through. So in that account, we're going to save all script. Here, there's a file, new notebook in Drive, open existing notebook, upload notebook. If you want to rename this, you can rename this. Okay, like we'll explore first variable here. So I'm writing here this. So you can see here there's extension IPYNB. This is a Python extension, or I dot py also extension is also there. Now for edit purpose, there are many options: view, insert. So there are two tabs. You can see two plus signs. One is for code, one is for text. Code is for execution. This is not for just for reading. This cell is for execution, and text is for understanding. Like if you want to write note, if you want to write description, then you can use this. This is not for execution. This is just for understanding, keeping notes. Okay, so here, if I want to write the same code, either you can use this button or you can use shortcut control plus enter. Anything is okay. So it will rotate, means it is executing, and you can see in 0 minute or 0 second, 1 second, like this, you can see the time period here, depending on your internet connectivity. So mostly, if you're working with any project and all those things, any large data where collaboratively if you're working, then Conda is okay. But for learning purpose, for educational or teaching purpose, this is the best, because here you can share different files. Okay, now you'll get this answer. But the same thing, if I'm writing, suppose let me write here. This is first Python code. Okay. And then I'm executing this cell. What will happen? Here it is showing invalid syntax because the cell is corely for execution, not for writing script, writing notes. But still, I want to write something. Then I can provide here hash. Hash means this part is not for execution. This part is for our understanding, not for execution, like this. But if you don't want to write anything in the code cell, then yeah, you can use this cell. So this is just for writing notes. Like this you can execute or write some notes, code, why this is code we have written, and every detailed information about that you can write it. Okay, now here you can see the usage. This also provides AI. Okay, as I told, you can use different files or import export is easy in Colab. So here this, there is a button, you can see table of content, you can see your, you can search your replace also, and this folder button tab, just click on this. So folder means what? Here by this arrow you can fetch different files. Suppose you're working with FASTA file, you're working with any text file, CSV file, and that all files exist in your system, but you want to fetch that file in this environment to do analysis. So you can upload the data to the current environment like this. And if they also provided some sample data, you can use that data as well just by clicking. Here these are some CSV file for analysis purpose. So mock data is given. Okay, this is one directory already there. If you want to create your own directory, Then you can create here your directory, but this is for only for this current environment, current time period. It will not save. If you want to save, you can export the data in your system. Okay, you can rename. Okay, here you can refresh if any file is imported and it is not uploaded here. So yeah, you can refresh and then check. This is for drive. You can drive and mount files on this. And here also you'll get all shortcuts like mirror cell. You can duplicate the cell, even you can delete the cell, add new cell, link cell. So these all things are there. Okay, so I hope you all open this new tab, new notebook in Google Colab. So let's start with some basic code. Okay, so the first thing, let's open cell. Here I'm going to declare one variable. Now the term variable is what? Variable. So variable is nothing but this is a named location in memory, memory of system. Okay, like like you all have your name. For NGS 10 batch there are total 10 students, suppose. So this memory is allocated like there are 10 names. So I can call by your name because they are allocate some space in that batch, right? Similarly, variable is again a named location in the memory, and that is used to store the data. And you can think like suppose variables as a label and you attach to specific piece of information. So that label, that information allows you to refer to that data whatever you stored by that name. That is the actual value. For example, here I'm creating one variable x, and this is the assigned value to that x. So 10 is what? Information which is labeled by x. X is a variable. Okay, so this information attached to that variable. So whenever I want this information 10, so no need to call 10 value, because multiple time I need that information. So I'm calling that variable. One only that space is allocated in the memory. Okay, execute this. Now in second cell, I want to check what exactly x. So yeah, I'm getting that value. Even by this way, you can add multiple cells. Okay, here you'll get this plus sign. Again, I'm adding x, executing x. So once I declare this, x means 10. So I'm getting every time the same value as that memory is allocated. Okay, so this is a variable. So variable concept is same. Those who are from non-computational background, so for them, these all terminologies are same in every programming language, whether you are going in C, C++, Java, R. So variable is the location where you store the data. Okay, so now this is a x, and you can see the value assigned to the x. Now, but here I declare x, but this is not a proper way to declare a variable. So you need to follow some rules how to declare the variable name. So first thing, suppose I am working with the data, gene data, or I'm working with suppose any, let's take example temperature. So if I write here T is equal to 30 and I share this script to my friend, so it is very difficult to understand what exactly this T hold. But if I'll write like this, it is a temperature. And if I mention in proper, uh, like suppose let's take simple, we are calculating or generating a data for students. So if I'm creating a variable height, so if I mention here cm, so this is definitely height in centimeters. So it is easy to understand if any other one referring this. So names always, okay, let's try one by one. Rules. So first thing, name must start with a letter or underscore. Like letter means you can use any letter, small a to capital A, A to Z, anything. Special character only you can use underscore, not like dollar and all these things. Okay, so let's try. Suppose here I'm writing, this is our name, execute, and then write something. So name is again a character value. Okay, so if I want to mention anything character, then you cannot write like simply like this. Or if I'll write, what happened? Let's see. Name omics is not defined because it is not properly created. So always character includes in quotes. Okay, when we are getting this tick, means this variable is generated. Now let's check what exactly this variable hold. So I'm calling this variable and I'm checking. So this holds the name omics. Okay, so name is the variable which we can use throughout this environment anywhere, which hold that value omics. Okay, this is the one rule. Then also you can use numbers, like number if you want to use numbers, or digit we can say. So numbers, how to use numbers. Suppose I start one number, means first number I want to declare here. Let's see what happened. Invalid decimal literal means what? Yeah, you can use this number, you can use digits, but not at the start. So how to use here? Let me remove this one. You can write number one, or if you want to use any special character like underscore, then you can use like this. It will work. So this number one and this number one, they are two different numbers, not same. Okay, if you want to compare these two numbers, so like once it is created, you can see this number appears like, this variable appears like this. So let's select one. For comparison, you can use comparison operator like double equal to. Let's compare this with another number, this number. So if they are same, we'll get a boolean answer. Boolean means what? Either true or false. So this is false because there are two different values, and also variables are also different. If I'll provide here same name, then we are getting true. Same value, not name. Okay, and also they are case sensitive, means suppose we already created x, now here I'm creating x, so these two x are different. Anyway, if we write the same value, then what will happen? They will compare the value which is assigned to this. Otherwise they will compare the variable, like x we are comparing with capital X, like this. And in Python there are some keywords. Keywords means what? Keywords are predefined words. So that word we cannot use as our variable name. Okay, keyword, or we can say reserve word. Like for example, I'll write it here. Uh, like if. If is a keyword. Here it is not reflecting because we have given hash here. Hash means comment. So that's why it is not reflecting as it is a keyword. But yeah, I'll show. These are some key. Even print, we already use print function. So print is a keyword. There is some, I think, while. There are many keywords available in environment. So how to check that? If I'll write if, you can see the color, pink color. So means if it is used for control structure. So if I define this as a variable and I'm just assigning some value, let's assign this value. What will happen? This is an invalid syntax. Yeah, but you can combine or club this with either other other alphabet or any digit. Like if you write if one, then you can see color converted into black. So yeah, you can use this. Or if you want, if underscore any number or digit, like this, it will also work. This is one. Then you can see for is also appears as a pink color. It is a keyword. While, for. Okay, so you'll come to know about these all things uh, slowly. So this way you cannot use, or you just need to avoid these all keywords as a variable names. Okay, now you can clear till here. Suppose you have declared any variable. Let's assign a variable a is fine. or if you want a new cell, let's create a new cell, and b is I'm keeping this tail. Okay, so now I want to use these two values to create a new variable. So that time I can use a, I can also use b, which is already declared, and assign new variable, which is nothing but addition of existing variables. So what exactly the c is 15, so it is fetching the values from that variable. So this is mostly used in expression when you want to use literal values. That time you can use this. So variable in Python is very simple, very flexible, readable, easy. It's not, there's no rocket science. You can read it properly, understand. And this is basically used to store and used to manipulate the data in program. And these rules just you need to follow. Otherwise, for time being or just for practice, you can create xyz like this and play with all variables. Try to create, try to update the variable. Okay, assign some values. This part is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm trying to like go in thorough, like in detail from scratch, as you all are not from technical background. Okay, so now you can see here, we assign for x value 10. Here we assign some string means character value, or suppose we want to assign here some decimal value. Decimal means suppose like point, float value. In- okay, so what exactly value assigned to this variable? No need to explicitly assign. Some languages required explicitly assign data type and then create a variable and then use that data type. So what exactly data type concept? So data type means what data is assigned to that variable, that is called as a data types. So data type basically tells the interpreter what kind of data we are working with and how we can interact with that data. So what all types of data we can use, let me tell you here. The first important data type is integer, and decimal point means float. The term is float. If you are working with text, if you're working with characters, string, then this is a string data type. There's one more, that is boolean. Boolean means like true false, logical value. Okay, let me write it here, true or false. It comes under boolean. And with help of these all data types, we can create a data structure. This is not the current part, like later we will explore this in detail. So like list, data frame, there is a set, tuple, and many more data structures are available. But for that, you must understand this basic data types. Okay, so this part is done. Variable, I think variable is done. So you can start with letter, you can start with underscore, you can include letters, numbers, underscore. And one more thing, you cannot use space in between, like the same thing if I use here with space like this, so it will not work. Okay, so space is not allowed in declaring variable. Also it is case sensitive, and mostly try to write descriptive names. Descriptive, so this basically helps to indicate the purpose, for what purpose you are creating that variable. Okay, and one more thing I like to tell you, the type or what we can say that, uh convention, naming convention. So suppose we are working with any project, and in that project we need suppose 10 to 15 variables. We need to create that all variables. So create one format, and in the same format you can use that naming, that convention you need to stick that particular format. So there is a one format called as a snake snake convention, and one more is that camel. So these name are again like, you can check. Suppose I am writing here total sale. Okay, so total all in small case, underscore, let me write sale. Okay, this is a value. So this is called as a snake, all in small case. And suppose there are two words divided with, separated with underscore. This is a snake case. Camel case means the second word starts with uppercase letter. The same thing if I want to declare like total sale. Okay, So this is called as a camel case. So better you just follow any one convention, stick to any one convention, either snake or camel or just a simple word, simple name. Okay, but the abbreviation should be meaningful, clear, and commonly understood by others. Special character we use your underscore, but if you want to declare any other character, what will happen? Suppose I want to declare price. I'm using your price underscore. Let's consider, suppose this is in rupees and this some value. But rather than underscore, if I use price, let's declare this in USD. But for that, I want to mention here dollar. Then will it work? No, this is an invalid syntax. So only underscore you can use. Okay. Now here, let's first focus on numeric data. Numeric data type. Numeric means which contains numbers, numerical value. So that value may be integer, maybe here, all right. Numeric means what all things are there. Integer, those who know maths, they are aware about these all terms. Decimal, and there is one more, that is complex. So can anybody tell me what is the difference between numeric and integer, or integer and float?
Float is a decimal number, like 10.5, 11.5.
Yes,
Integer is a whole number.
whole number.
And I think complex, it has to do with something like imaginary terms. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes,
But
yes. Complex comes with imaginary letter. Like any equation, we consider I, J, like this in equation. So same thing. So suppose let's newly declare here x is equal to 10. Okay. Now I am not aware what exactly data type is assigned to that x. But yeah, I can check because it is when we assign the value, that time only data type is assigned to that variable. No need to explicitly declare. So yeah, we can check with using type function. Okay, type will give you assigned data type. So here it is integer. Okay, so in the same line also you can write comment. Now let me assign, suppose here I'm declaring y with decimal value. Let's check y. This is the value, and then we can call function. This is inbuilt function. We just need to apply that function. No need to write any code. Just call function type. Type is the function name, and call. So it is showing y is a float data type, means whatever value assigned to this y is a float value. Okay. And let's come create one more variable. Here I'm creating one equation with imaginary number. I think I will not work, but let's see. Otherwise, we can use J in Python. Depends on programming language. It change, like in R, it I works. Sometimes J works. Okay, or let's first execute this Z. Okay, invalid decimal. Okay, we can call Z and then check the type of the Z. So it is showing complex. So these are belongs to numeric data. Okay, these are all built-in data type. They are already in environment. We are just applying. So this is numeric. There is one more data type called as a string. String is like text data, which always use with pair of code. Like we already declare name. Okay, this is suppose name. Call this variable to check value. Okay, and then check assign data is in what exactly the type. So here I'm checking name. So it is str. Str stands for string. And now suppose we have any gene expression data and we just want to check is there any expression or is it active or anything which we expect the answer either in true or false. So that data we can create by using true and false values. Like let me create is active, assign. Here I am assigning value true. So this is in small. Here you can see true is a keyword. So this also we cannot use as a variable name. Now let's check variable. So I'm calling this is active. This is a variable name. Okay. So this value hold true. But what exactly this true value? So we can call type function and then pass variable is active. Okay. So this is bool. Bool means boolean data type. Okay. Clear? So this way you can check assign data to that variable by calling type function. But yeah, there is one more function or one more attribute is present. Like here we know here we don't know what exactly data type is assigned, so we are checking by calling type. But we are suppose want to confirm is it correct or not, so we can call is instance function. Let me check here. Let me write it here, new cell is instance is. Okay. And inside this function we can pass variable name. So these all variable we already declare. So let's check with one by one. We have declared x. So is instance x, I just want to check x is integer or x is float or what. So here we need to write is instance x int. So we'll get a boolean answer. If it is yes, we'll get true. If not, then we'll get a false. Like suppose I'm writing here float, which is not correct. So we'll get false. Similarly, you can try is instance for, we'll call name variable. Yeah, we know name is a string data, but let's try with something different. So we'll get false. So now let's confirm with str. So we'll get it true. Similarly, this is one function. Also, there is one attribute that also you can use to check assign data type, and that is called as a class attribute. Class attribute basically used to get what type of object assigned. Like X we have, right? X we already created. Dot provide underscore. So these all attributes you can see here. We need class, so I'm just writing cl, so it is a code completion. You can see these are options available. This is a class. So execute. This is integer. Similarly, I'm calling name variable. These all variable I'm using which are already declared here in previous. Then check class. So name is a str. Okay, so class attribute also you can use to get the type of the object. Clear? Either you can use type function, you can use is instance function, or you can use attribute class. This is all about different environments in Python and how to explore, how to install, and how to write code. And we have started the basic, that is a variable concept and data type. But once we declare the data type, we are not want that data type anymore with that data pattern. Like suppose we have declared integer, but now we want to convert this into float. We want to add some decimal values. So yeah, it is also possible to convert the existing data type. That is called as a typecasting. Okay, so that part we will explore in next session. Till that time, please practice the basics, because this is very fundamental things which is required. So it is easy for you to explore the new syntax. Okay, if you're not clear with any part, then we can discuss. So mostly if you are working with integer, like you have a gene data, number of gene expression, that time you can prefer integer data type. If you want to store any measurements or any decimal point, like expression levels are most of the time in decimal value, so prefer float. If you want to save sequence, like suppose you want to save here one sequence, DNA sequence, then you can use string ATGC. So this is a sequence. So this time you can prefer string data type, text value, or boolean. Just want to check any feature is present or not. So that time you can prefer boolean. And other data type is not much required for this application, our application. But yeah, whenever we need, we will explore that as well. So these are very basic data types. Practice. And yeah, one more thing. If you want to refer this script, then I can share this and how to open that. I'll tell you. Go to file, come here to downloads. If you want to save this, just so it will saved in your drive, just open Google Colab notebook करके एक folder आएगा. Just you need to open that folder. In that folder you will get all the script, but always use name. So because whenever you'll open, it will just create as a new Colab notebook. So it is very difficult to open and check what exactly the content of that notebook, right? So please rename this properly, and then you can download or save anything. So once suppose I download this. Now I want to share this. I will share in your drive, Python drive, but you want to open the same script in your environment. So you can go here. You can just import the file. It is in downloads. So right now I have downloaded this day2 variable. Just click on that and open. The warning message will be there. It is fine. Just click OK, and you can see this file is here in this current session environment. So if you want to read the content of the file, you can double click on this. It will open as a new window. Here you can refer the code and you can execute here. Okay, I hope this part is clear. Or anyways, I'm going to submit the recording, so please follow the recording somewhere if you have any doubt or any problem. Okay, so okay, Ishfaq sir, you missed last 10 minutes. Nothing. We just explore the different data types and how to assign and how to check assign data types. So by using type function as instance, and there is one attribute, class attribute. So you can refer the recording if you have any doubt, and if not clear, then I'm here only. We'll discuss again in next session.